Good afternoon, fellow colleagues. The following discussion will address and explore the statement, assessment in mathematics has a direct impact upon students' teaching and learning experience. Effective assessment strategies in mathematics include observing, questioning, complemented by summative testing, and a utilisation of detailed student portfolios for review. The focus of this discussion is directly related to the number and algebra strand of the Australian curriculum and does not necessarily represent best practice for all strands of the mathematics curriculum. When determining assessment practices, as stated by Booker et al., the purpose of assessment, how evidence collected will be interpreted, and how findings will be used are critical to determining the overall impact assessment practices will have on student progress. Strategies for assessment must consider the immediate needs of the student through formative practices such as observations and questioning, with an overall goal of preparing students for summative assessment. Overall competency via formally prepared tests can then be used for future lesson planning and development. Formative and summative practices must complement each other for students to experience meaningful and purposeful learning in the number and algebra strand. Assessment practices must be for learning, as elaborated in Booker et al., as a focal point for determining students' needs, perceptions, progress, and any teaching alterations that might need to be accommodated. Questioning and observation approaches best accommodate the needs of students in determining rational methods of calculation. It is important to consider there might be one correct answer to a certain question, but various methods for calculating it. Consider the following simple example. 2 plus A plus 8 minus B equals 10. Some students might determine A and B as numbers to subtract down to 10. Other students might realise that the equation is already balanced. Therefore, A and B both equal 0. This example shows of greater relevance is understanding how students conclude to answers, understanding the path and processes they take, and ultimately discovering what calculations and computations best serve their own developing minds. The rhetoric used throughout accurate documentation of the number and algebra strand further encourages questioning and observation methods of assessment. As listed on the Accurate Mathematics homepage, terms such as investigate, compare and recognise are frequently used in content descriptors, implying higher order observation and questioning skills to determine if children are meeting curriculum goals. As stated by Moyer, Pakenham and Milowitz, effective questioning leads to greater comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation of children's thinking in mathematics. Questioning must be meaningful to the situation to be an effective assessment tool. Manutri and Lapp acknowledge this, stating that questioning that controls answers does not reveal much of what students understand in either conceptual or computational domains. Formative assessment through questioning with students should seek to encourage the use of a wide range of mathematics concepts and rules, suitable for determining answers to equations. It should also allow the teacher to explore students' level of awareness, the fundamental rules of mathematics. For example, what is a constant? How do I apply base 10 blocks to count 32? What is a coefficient? Why are addition and subtraction inverse operations? The goal for teachers is to develop students' mathematical language. Summative assessment focusing on testing to see if students can apply the correct rules in the correct situation should be valued over correct calculations. Summative assessment results, as well as anecdotal evidence collected in formative assessments, should be kept in student portfolios. Paulson states that student portfolios offer students a concrete way to view their work. Furthermore, as cited in various sources, student portfolios encourage students to apply knowledge, demonstrate understanding, and map students' strengths and weaknesses within the mathematics field. This allows both the student and teacher to review understandings of mathematical concepts as required. After all, The main premise of understanding and the main premise of assessment is to determine understanding, and like many things, mathematics is bound by a set of rules, conditions and relationships required to conclude to accurate answers in an efficient manner. Questioning, observation, summative testing and student portfolios best meet the interests of students as assessment and record keeping practices within the modern curriculum. Thank you.